Good morning. We're going to do things a little different today. We're going to paint with our paper standing up, and we're going to start with a lemon yellow circle here at the top. Make it as circular as you can before cleaning your brush by dipping it in the water and wiping it on the sponge until there's no more yellow that comes out of the brush. Then you are going to be dipping into Prussian blue and painting from the outside of the paper, going to go closer and closer towards the sun, and as it goes closer to the sun, it's going to get lighter. So you're going to dip on the paint and then push it up, and then you're going to dip into the water to dilute the paint that's already on the paper, and you're going to push up and then dip again, go to the other side and do the same thing. So all you have to imagine is there's a big circle that's closing in towards the yellow circle, and I'm going to be lifting here from the bottom as well so that it's the same distance as the blue at the top of the page. And sometimes I'm just going in with just water with no paint and just diluting the paint that's already on the page to approach the sun. Now I'm cleaning my brush the same way, dipping it in the water to loosen the paint and then wiping it on the sponge. And I'm switching to the other blue, to ultramarine blue, the lighter one on the jar. And I'm going to be using that for the rest of the way until I reach the sun. So use the water and the paint to get lighter and lighter the closer you are to the sun, until it's almost white right around the perimeter of the yellow circle. So now, before we switch, we are going to blend the edge where ultramarine and Prussian blue meet, and we're going to try and blend the edges, any rough edges that we see, any stark transition from the two colors. And now we're cleaning our brush in the same manner by wetting it to loosen and cleaning it on the sponge. We're taking more lemon yellow, and from the center of the sun we are going to make some sun rays. We are pulling the paint from the center of the circle going outward, and every time I pull outwards I clean it with the sponge so that the blue doesn't contaminate the yellow, as you can see here. And soon it's going to make the center a little lighter, but that's okay because we're going to paint something there. All you have to do is to remove all of the edges of the circle by making rays, so you shouldn't see anymore a very obvious circle line. Next, we're going to use Prussian blue to make a very thin crescent moon for the torso. As you can see, it's like a torso and the sun is a head. So we're going to make it very thin but not too long because we still need space for the limbs. We're cleaning our brush, and now we're going to use golden yellow to finally place the head and the hand. The other hand, try to make it form sort of like a star, like our starverse. So these dots are just to guide your eye to know where the hands and the feet are going when you start painting the human body. So you can expand a little bit and clean your brush well after you do this. You can make the paint stronger by just putting more paint, more pure paint. You can expand the stars a little bit, stars that show you where the limbs are, and then clean your brush very, very well. Then you're going to use vermilion to start painting the body, starting with the head, connected to the top of the moon for the neck, the chest here, and this curved line is the belly. Then from the belly, you're going to start with the right leg first, and then the foot, then the person's left leg going down. You can shape a little bit. As you can see, there's a calf, there's a big leg, and then it thins down to the calf, and then there's ankles, heels, and toes. And then you're going to make shoulders and arms and hands, and the hands and feet are going to rest on top of the stars that you made. And you're going to use your brush sideways to make fingers. Anytime that you paint something thin, you have to make your brush go sideways, just like in some of the rays of the sun. Now you're going to use carmine red after cleaning your brush to make the lines after you have practiced, to make the right lines more obvious. So vermilion will be light, but it will allow you to practice the shape. And then you're going to now go in with carmine red to set the shape. So I'm putting the toes and the heels clearly here. I'm clearly articulating the hands up to the elbows, to the shoulders here. Always starting with the feet and the hands. We're starting from the outside, going inside. So this is the thumb, up to the arms, and then the other fingers, and our forefingers, making them equally as dark as the others. Now I'm shaping the head into a less of a balloon shape. Let's put a little bit more of a shape. It narrows down towards the chin. And then we are going to now shape the torso, hiding the moon behind. The moon will now be sort of shading the belly. And then now you're free to shape the body, make little adjustments here and there. I'm going to be hiding the moon here by washing it with water. And then you can add a little more gold to make the feet and the hands glow. All around the feet to emphasize it, to emphasize them. And the same with the hands. So if your hands ended up covering the dots that you made, the stars that you made, you can make them glow afterwards, like this. You can also add the glow onto the head, all around it. Just make sure you don't make it too wet so that the red paint won't spread all over. And make sure to smoothen all edges, blend all of the edges. And there's your painting for today.